Hey everybody, it's Ian with A&E Guns. Today we're going to be comparing the Glock 19 Gen 4 and 5. Let's get to the table and look at the in and outs of them. Today we're going to talk about the Glock 19 Gen 4. First off, we're going to do a safety check. The mag out, clear, the mag back in. So many of you guys probably are looking to buy a Glock 19 and don't know what gen to get. Preferably, I go with the Glock 19 Gen 4 because first off, the finger grooves right here gives you a lot of grip compared to the Glock 19 Gen 5. Also, in general, I love on the Glock the back strap. You can take them off and change them up. The only thing I hate about this thing is it doesn't have the ambidextrous slide release. It's only on this slide. But something that, better on the Glock Gen 4 is the 5 doesn't have grooves on the trigger. On the Gen 4, it does. So it makes it a little bit easier to control on the trigger. So for the newbies of the Glock, I'll take it apart and show you guys. So if it's cocked back, you gotta pull the trigger, then you slide it back, and on here there's little slides on each side. You pull those. Well, it cocked back, but anyways, make sure it's done that, and then you do that again and slide it forward. There you go. Take the spring out. And the barrel slide right out. There you go. It's the same thing for the Gen 5. So then you just put it back in. Make sure it's in there snug. And just slide it back in there on the rails. There you go. You're ready to go. So in general, my opinion is it's a really good gun. Some do have problems with the sights not being so accurate, but this one turned out pretty good. I think most of them are pretty good, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless you change them out if you have to. But the gun's very customizable. The trigger, the mag release is ambidextrous on this one, so you can change that. And that's what I like about it. So Alex is going to talk about his, so let's go to it.
This is Alex here with A&E Guns. Today we'll be going over my Glock 19 Gen 5. Let's do a safety check and then get into it. All clear? So now we're going to be going over the Glock 19 Gen 5. One of the big things when this gun came out was this cutout right here at the bottom of the frame. They made it so, if a mag gets stuck and you need to rip it out, it's easier to rip it out. Another big thing, between the two is you can see kind of here on his is that there's the finger grooves. The Gen 5 does not have the finger grooves. My personal preference, I prefer it without. Just because people are having the problems and they were drawing, their fingers weren't lined up right, made shooting a little weird, drawing from concealment, and I prefer it without. And another thing that Glock said they did was they put a marksman barrel in here. It's supposed to be more accurate than the Gen 4. I've shot both. I don't notice the difference, how accurate it really is. And then they supposedly put a better trigger in the Gen 5. Again, I don't notice the difference between the two. They shoot fine. The poundage seems the same. And another thing is they did a different finish on the slide. I don't know if you can see here, but his has more of a dull look to it. Than the Gen 5 does, the Gen 4, and they made this. They beveled off a lot of stuff on the Gen 5. For if you're drawing from a holster, they beveled off the front of the slide a little bit more than the Gen 4, and then they beveled off a little bit of the actual frame itself. My personal preference, I prefer the Gen 5 over the Gen 4, and so now we're gonna hit the range and do a little shooting for you guys.
So now we're gonna shoot a little distance, 25 yards. I got the Gen 4 with me, so see how we do. I shoot through it.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.